Hey guys, what's up? How ya doing? I'm here to talk to you guys about RWBY Ice Queendom or RWBY Hyosetsu Teikoku on episode 7. Now this episode right here, I can't really give a lot of big detail on what's going on, so if anything else, let's just get this started. We have to it that Team RWBY, with the exception of Weiss, and John ends up having to show up into Weiss's dream. They end up rescuing the train that was attacked by White Fang, and Weiss realizes something is wrong and decides to open the gate anyway, We get to see, that Weiss is shocked to see, Yang, Blake, RWBY, and John on that train, As for John, he apparently is not really being bothered right now since he's able to open the gate whatsoever, etc., whatever the case may be. Well, not opening the gate, but when the robot went in front of him, it just ignored him. And it looks like to me John has some kind of immunity to the Nightmare Grim, whatever they is called, etc. But eventually, as the episode continues on, John will later on open up the door to the sillies or crazies, which I thought it was pretty funny or something. But we have to it, John will later on use his sword and shield as a blocking mark so the door won't close on him permanently, And we have to it eventually, John will later on release, a bunch of little small Weisses, which apparently he ends up after grabbing a relic, A golden relic knight, that looks like something that Team RWBY used to have, that kind of thing. Eventually, we have to it that a bunch of little Weisses is causing a lot of trouble, I guess that's her inner psyche of a child, saying, oh, I want attention, please compliment me more, I want to be a little spoiled more, that kind of thing, that kind of stuff, which I thought it was pretty funny here and there, but, that's just how we are too, I mean, when we get a lot of we have that kind of inner child thing that we try to steal away because we gotta, grow up, we can't stay in the fantasy world or something like that for so long, etc., but, that aside, we have to it that eventually, as the episode continues on, that John, along with Ren, Nora, and Pyrrha in the dream with John, they end up having to try to cause some trouble with the robots here and there, but eventually the nightmare will later on take over them and cause more of a crazy havoc, Eventually, we have to it that Team RWBY will later on get closer to where they are trying to get at, is where Weiss is center of the dream, because, the center of that dream is, somewhere in that city or Coliseum, whatever you want to call it, whatsoever. Eventually, the Weiss in that dream will later on summon and cause a lot of crazy storms, and has a statue of Nicholas or maybe something else causing a lot of trouble and havoc, saying, you guys want to cause trouble, I'll bring judgment upon you, So, that's where the episode ends off there. And preview next episode is freaking called Where You Belong, etc. So this episode right here, nothing much crazy happened, to a point there's a lot of information or nothing of a crazy event that has a big fight going on, but it just involves Team RWBY and, John having to go in there trying to, get into Weiss's center of the dream. And, of course, they saved the train, rode it, and then John will later on release a bunch of little Weisses after finding, Pyrrha, Nora, and Ren in that silly cage whatsoever, takes a golden relic, gives it to RWBY, and a bunch of little small Weisses ends up having to do a lot of crazy stuff, and I thought it was pretty funny and hilarious. Anyways, I'm looking forward to how next episode will be. So pretty much, I guess this confirms it. This is going to be centering on Weiss herself. I guess it's just her inner psyche, because how how she was raised and how she's trying to grow up, and trying to be that kind of model for her family, and that's what she's struggling with in this dream, etc. Although it's kind of funny that's only centered on Weiss, it is what it is, So until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace out. Bye bye. Toot-ta-da!